We're now less than 2 weeks away from glory in Giza, where heavyweight champ Oleksandr Usyk will be taking on kickboxing heavyweight champion Rico Verhoeven in front of the Great Pyramids of Giza.
I think Usyk is not just your average fighter. He's not just someone that can hit. He is probably the most balanced, skillful fighter that we've seen for a very long time, and that adds a completely different dimension. If he was going in with a banger like Anthony Joshua, I think to myself, well, maybe, possibly. Even then, I think unlikely. I don't think so. I'd be surprised, but the rest of the heavyweight division will have to hold their head in.
The impossible fight. The boxing world is frozen in disbelief. One side sees the greatest technician of this era. The other sees a giant built for destruction. Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. A master boxer against the king of kickboxing. And now, experts are starting to issue serious warnings, because this may not be the easy night many fans expect. The question is terrifyingly simple. Can Usyk survive the power and unpredictability of a man built like Rico Verhoeven? Or will boxing witness one of the greatest crossover shocks in combat sports history?
Let me tell you, he's having a good camp. He's responding well to his training. And listen, when you're up against somebody like Usyk, who can say anybody's going to beat this man? Nobody can they?
Well, no one has, so...
No one has, so who can anybody say they're going to beat him? But there's one thing for sure. Has Rico got as good a chance as any past heavyweight he's boxed? Yes.
Max Kellerman's warning veteran analyst Max Kellerman believes fans are underestimating the danger. Many still call this Rico's first boxing fight, but Kellerman disagrees completely. Because Rico Verhoeven is not some amateur celebrity stepping into the ring for attention. He spent years fighting elite killers under pressure in front of massive crowds, with world titles on the line. Kellerman compared the situation to historic heavyweight shockers where champions underestimated unusual challengers and paid for it. He warned that crossover fights become dangerous when a champion faces a rhythm they've never truly experienced before, especially in the early rounds, especially against a giant who punches from strange angles.
Usyk and Verhoeven, the heavyweight champion of the world, is taking on a guy making his pro boxing debut.
Second fight.
What's that?
Yeah, one fight. Bro.
Okay, let's say second fight, right. That's you're right. The cop is back! Once upon a time, Floyd Patterson, who was heavyweight champion, defended the heavyweight title against a guy making his pro debut, Pete Rademacher. By the way, just so you know, Mike, Verhoeven's had a professional fight before, so it's not his pro debut.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, edit that to make it look like Mike didn't know what he was talking about. Was the Olympic, but Rademacher was the Olympic heavyweight gold medalist and scored a knockdown before ultimately getting knocked out. He did score a knockdown. He had a boxing background, right? Olympic gold medal. Verhoeven's a kickboxer. So it's not just that he has experience fighting professionally, but he comes from
The kickboxing problem experts believe Rico's greatest weapon may not be his power. It may be his unpredictability. Kickboxers move differently. They attack differently. Their timing feels awkward even to elite boxers. That unfamiliar rhythm can create chaos. For the first few rounds, even a technical genius like Usyk could struggle to read the attacks coming toward him. Analysts say Rico's unusual punching mechanics and constant pressure could force Usyk into uncomfortable exchanges early. But there's another side to the argument, because once Usyk begins downloading patterns, everything changes. And historically, nobody adjusts better than Oleksandr Usyk.
Also, too, when you're a guy that's so accomplished like Usyk, and then you're fighting a guy that is only his second pro fight, and he's doing a bunch of punching from weird angles. So it could be a little embarrassing because it's not the same. It's not the basic boxing style.
I don't see this fight as even being competitive, to be honest. Because like Tyson,
it would be it would be a big win for Verhoeven if it is competitive. Verhoeven has more paths to victory. He can win the event in more different ways than Usyk because he doesn't have to technically win.
The fighter everyone respects, Kellerman, then turned his attention toward Usyk himself, not just as a champion, but as a once-in-a-generation fighter. Inside boxing circles, Usyk is often called a fighter's favorite fighter. Respected by champions, admired by coaches, studied by elite athletes around the world. Why? Because he combines intelligence, movement, timing, discipline, and mental toughness at a level few heavyweights ever reach. And outside the ring, Usyk remains humble, calm, and strangely relaxed under pressure. that personality only makes him more dangerous. Because behind the smile is one of the smartest combat athletes alive.
Usyk is your favorite fighter's favorite fighter.
Yes.
He has a great I can't remember the last time a guy was so universally loved in a sport as Usyk. He's as real as it gets. He's as skilled as it gets.
Rico's fearless belief. But Rico Verhoeven doesn't sound intimidated, not even slightly. Rico believes he can walk directly into Usyk's world and compete on equal terms. According to him, traditional boxing fighters become comfortable seeing the same patterns over and over. But Rico believes he brings a completely different energy, different movement, different pressure, different timing, and that unfamiliarity could become the key to shocking the world. Even more interesting, Rico reminded everyone of one brutal fact. He has never been knocked down, not once. To him, this fight isn't about fear. It's about proving that greatness can cross sports boundaries.
If Usyk came into your area, kickboxing, as you said moments ago, you would destroy him?
Yeah. Because
But you feel comfortable going into his territory and getting the gloves on. Can you possibly think of destroying him?
100%, of course. Yeah, of course. I totally understand.
No one's come close, Rico.
I know. So what an opportunity I have, because what do I bring different to the table is I'm coming with kickboxing angles. And he's so used to, he's been dissecting the boxing game since I don't know what age he started. But that's how he does it. But the kickboxing game and the kickboxing angles are different. He hasn't seen that before.
They're just men. When asked whether he fears Usyk, Rico almost laughed. After years battling dangerous heavyweight kickboxers, fear no longer exists in his mindset. To Rico, every fighter is just another man. No matter how famous, no matter how undefeated, no matter how skilled. He insists that once the bell rings, reputations disappear. There will only be two fighters left inside the ring, and one question: who is truly better? That confidence is exactly why some experts believe Rico could become far more dangerous than people realize.
Of course.
I think he's only been knocked down once. He's never been knocked, and that was a low blow. He's never been knocked down. You're going to have to go some, Rico.
Oh, what an opportunity I have here. I'm going to shock the world in front of the pyramids in this crazy scene. It's like, oh my God, I love it. That's why I'm so excited.
I mean, tell me about your punch power. What is your knockout capacity? I mean, you can see Usyk in front of you.
I'm always like very calculated. But yeah, when I connect. Like I said, there's a lot of weight.
Simon Jordan and Peter Fury react. Simon Jordan admitted he would be shocked if Rico could reinvent himself quickly enough to beat Usyk. He praised Rico's mentality and dominance in kickboxing, but reminded fans that boxing at the elite heavyweight level is brutally unforgiving, especially against someone as complete as Usyk. Then came the words from Peter Fury. Fury described the challenge as almost impossible from the outside looking in, like being thrown straight into the deepest water imaginable. But even he refused to completely dismiss Rico's chances. Why? Because great athletes sometimes adapt faster than expected, and because heavyweight fights only need one moment, one mistake, one punch.
Why?
Because it's Usyk, Rico.
I know, but for me, I totally understand where you're coming from, but to me, like, I've been fighting, like I said, my whole life, and then within the sport of kickboxing, I've been facing all these guys. Oh, Rico, you're facing this guy. This guy's, he's been knocking out people like dominoes. So, okay, but to me, he's just a man with two arms and two legs, and for him, I'm the same. And we're gonna cross paths. We're gonna have fun within that ring. We're gonna put up a show.
A fight bigger than boxing. Meanwhile, Ajit Kabayel believes this crossover clash could become one of the biggest spectacles combat sports has seen in years. Possibly even bigger than some traditional heavyweight title fights, because curiosity sells. Fans want answers. Can kickboxing truly challenge elite boxing? Can raw physical dominance disrupt perfect technique? And can anybody finally solve Oleksandr Usyk? If this fight really happens, the entire combat sports world will stop to watch. So now the question goes to you. Who wins? the technical genius of Oleksandr Usyk, or the terrifying pressure of Rico Verhoeven?